Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video, I'm going to talk about 6 points which are so important if one wants to be successful. So stay tuned. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So I've listed 6 points which I want to share with you, which need to be evaluated and practiced if one wants to achieve some success. And of course, as Muslims, as believers, ultimate success lies in the hands of Allah, our Creator, subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there's things that me and you can do to maximize the opportunities of success, or at least maximizing the probability that we'll achieve things, especially in this day and age where we have so many distractions, so many demands, so many things that we get involved in. Some of them are important, some of them are less important. So let's go through 6 points that I think will be useful. The first one is hard work. Don't believe in luck, believe in hard work. A lot of people try to find shortcuts. A lot of people try to think that they'll cheat their way to success. But what really is required is hard work. Hard work, dedication, working sometimes long hours, working when everybody else doesn't seem to want to work, but actually thinking about, if I really want to be successful in something, whether that's a business venture, whether it's writing a book or being good at something, then there is no good substitute for hard work and dedication. So one should remind themselves that you need hard work, and successful people are people who are dedicated and work beyond, if you like, the 9 to 5. That's number one. Number two, alongside hard work, it's very easy to lose focus and get sometimes a little bit uneasy with things. But number two is patience. Number two is that one should be patient in their endeavors. If you're losing patience, you're losing the battle. Nothing that requires success will come about except that one exhibits patience. This is a prophetic sifat, a prophetic attribute. First, nothing will happen. Then it will happen all of a sudden, all at once. So be patient. Don't expect things to happen straight away. The Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the early days there were very few believers, but it reached such a point through his hard work, through his patience, that immediately after a certain point, after a critical mass, Islam began to spread. We know that towards the end of his prophetic duty, Allah mentions, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسِ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. You'll see people entering this religion, armies upon armies. And we see this even after his life, during Caliphate or Umar in particular, the Islam spread. So be patient. You might not get results straight away, but small changes, making that small changes, being patient, working hard, they will inevitably, in the end, get you somewhere. Most people give up at stage one. They work hard, they work a little bit, they're expecting things to happen, but Allah reminds in the Quran that things don't happen overnight. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. That mankind, human beings, they want things straight away. They're not in it for the long game. So we need to be focused and remind ourselves that success comes through patience. Number three is sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes a sacrifice, right? So if you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes a sacrifice. So you really have to make sacrifices. Sometimes you might have to sleep a little bit less. You might have to eat a little bit less. You might have to go on holidays a little bit less. But all of those things are sacrifices you're making to be successful. And everything has a price. The question really is, are you ready to pay it? Are you ready to pay that price for something that you want? Right? So everything in life comes with a price tag. So sacrifice is very, very important. If you look at everyone that's been successful historically and even our times, you'll see that they've made huge sacrifices to achieve what they want to achieve. Now, alongside this, number four rather, is consistency. You have to be consistent, even if it's a little bit every day. This is what transforms average into excellence. So maybe writing half a page every day, or maybe doing 10 minutes of exercise every day, or maybe just producing content 5 minutes every day, memorizing 1 or 2 lines of the Quran every day. That is what turns a habit into excellence, into success as well. So without consistency, you won't achieve greater success. And the Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ahabbul amali ila Allah adwamuha wa in qalla," that the most beloved act with God is the one that you have istiqama upon, the one that you're able to do regularly with consistency. So consistency is very, very important. Doing things every day, and this is what Muslims should be doing. We pray 5 times a day, daily, every day of the week, right? We fast in the month of Ramadan. We do things consistently. We pray consistently. We have a routine. So have a routine and be consistent with it. Number 5, very, very important, is to have discipline. Motivation will get you going, but discipline will keep you growing. And there'll be days where you don't feel like doing anything. You feel like having a day off, but you have to push through and you have to do what you need to do to achieve what you want to achieve. So if you're going to the gym, then it's important that you have discipline, that every day or every 2 days or every 3 days you go to the gym. Or if you want to memorize something, then it's important that every day you're working hard and you're memorizing those passages. That's very, very important. So having discipline is very, very important. Sleeping on time, waking up on time, doing things with discipline is very, very important for you and for your children. Inculcating discipline in your children is also important, but being organized is very, very important. The 6th one, which I think is important as well, is lacking in our communities and our society sometimes, is having self-confidence, having belief. This is not to be confused with being arrogant or being proud, but actually having belief in yourself. Confidence is that I will try this, I will give it a shot, I will have belief that even if I don't succeed in this, I'm going to give it a try. A lot of people are scared to try things. I remember when I first began to use social media, there was a little bit of pessimism about using social media. But once you get into social media, once you realize that there is a community out there that you can reach out to, your confidence begins to grow. I wasn't the most articulate of speakers. I wasn't the most articulate of writers. But once you start writing, once you start speaking, once you start reading, and you keep throwing yourself into the dungeon, if you like, or into where you need to develop yourself, you quickly realize that you have to develop your skills, and you automatically begin to develop your skills. That's why it's very important, by the way, to spend time in a companionship of people who are confident, people who have belief in themselves, people who have belief in God. The Prophet, peace be upon him, his companions had strong belief in everything that they were doing. They weren't people who held back, they weren't people who were scared, but they believed in what they needed to do. So this is very, very important. So confidence is part of our tradition. I'm going to summarize the 6 points that I've said. Number 1 is hard work. Number 2 is patience. Number 3 is sacrifice. Number 4 is consistency. Number 5 is having discipline. And number 6, very, very important, is having self-confidence. There might be more. Please do share this video if you find it useful. You can share comments as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.